Hi everyone, my name is Kayla Morris, and this is my presentation on a new trend in education, the use of social media in our classrooms. To begin our presentation, we will explore what role social media currently takes in the education of our children. We will do this by exploring the role of social media in education. On our last slide, we have a quote. Just because kids know how to use Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram doesn't mean they know how to use technology to enhance their learning. This is a quote from Sean Junkins, and I believe that it describes the current dilemma that is faced by many educators, administrators, and parents alike. Because today, social media is a very prevalent part of our children's lives, and it has the power to cause either help or harm to our children. Social media is an example of technology that has already been widely used in our classrooms. One way that social media has been used in a classroom is as a tool of communication. Students can use social media to communicate and gather information from many different sources all around the globe. However, when social media is used incorrectly in a classroom or forbidden, it can become a distraction for learning. To combat safety issues for online learning, teachers have been attempting to teach students digital citizenship through the use of social media. Since social media use is very common among children, it has the potential to be a very useful tool for teachers to enhance the learning experience. One popular and easy way to use social media in the classroom is to provide a platform where students can communicate and knowledge with people who they normally would not have the opportunity to meet during their time in the classroom. Students can also complete projects using different platforms of social media. Some educators even believe that social media could be used as sources of information for research projects on different subjects. Another really interesting use of social media in education is the idea of student-created content. For student-created content, students would use social media platforms to post their own content on social media. An example of this is a platform like SoundCloud that allows users to completely upload their own audio files. Social media can also be used to teach the importance of digital citizenship skills. It is known that most children use social media outside of the classroom. However, using social media outside of a classroom puts our child in an uncontrolled environment. This is why it is important to teach children that there is a right and wrong way to use social media. One way that has been suggested is to teach children the golden standards of social media, or the proper way. This is different than teaching children what not to do, because it gives the children the skills they need to be effective on social media. Social media is still a rather new part of the child's experience in the classroom. This experience can have either a positive or a negative effect on a child's education. Some advantages of using social media in the classroom is that it can promote student engagement by connecting the academic content to a student's interests outside of the classroom. Also, since most social media platforms are currently free to use, it provides teachers an affordable way to provide their students with new learning experience. However, if the use of social media in the classroom is done incorrectly, it can also present some serious disadvantages for the students. The most serious being that despite our best efforts as educators to create safe learning environments for our students, it is simply not possible to do so on social media because there is no telling how private anything is. And also, despite the software being affordable for teachers to use in the classroom, the use of this technology can present barriers for low-income families while they are outside of the classroom. Since social media is still such a new trend in education, it still has the possibility to make a lot of changes in how our classrooms are run today. In the future, social media may take a larger role in education. Instead of simply being a small lesson on cyber safety, standards may be set in place to educate children about how to properly use social media effectively. Social media can also take the role in enhancing learning experiences for students by giving them an outlet to express their creativity. Social media also increases the chances for student-led learning to occur in the classroom. By giving the students an environment where they can indulge in inquiry-based learning easily using different social media outlets. Another example is that some administrators in schools have also taken student-led learning a step further by utilizing the help of older children in the school to teach the peers about social media safety and skills. This is particularly useful in developing a relationship between the students and their teachers. When I graduate and become an educator, I can definitely see the possibility of social media becoming a large part of my classroom. One way that I can see social media being used in my classroom is as an outlet to connect with my parents of my students about the current events in my classroom. I believe that using social media is a really useful way to promote classroom community because it will make parents feel more connected to the students because they will see what's going on in the classroom. And in turn, I think that this will increase the parents' participation in their students' learning experience. Another way that I will prepare myself for using social media in my classroom is by taking the proper precautions to ensure the safety of my students. First and foremost, I will follow all the local laws to ensure that when using social media in my classroom, I am ensuring that the needs of my students and their privacy are being met. Another way that I will do this is before using any new software in my classroom, I will thoroughly research it to ensure that this software is a safe platform that I feel comfortable with my students using. Social media is a new technology that is constantly changing in trends of each passing day. And even without our influence, social media has the potential to change education, for either the better or the worse. Because of this, I believe that it is highly important that we teach our students how to use technology effectively. By doing this, we give our students the skills to use technology when they are in the future outside of our classrooms and dealing with technology that we have not even seen before. During this class, I feel like I've learned a lot of new information, especially about how I can use technology for myself and how to use technology when I am having students in my classroom. I personally think that this has caused me to really grow as an educator because before this class I wasn't very confident that I had a lot of skills in technology, but now after this class I definitely feel like I can graduate and use technology both inside of my classroom and outside of my classroom. I did find a lot of this class to be very pleasurable, and some assignments were definitely difficult and took a lot of time. However, I found each experience to be very rewarding despite its hardship because I was able to take that information and think about how I could integrate it in my future with my students. And a lot of the software like ThingLink and Powtoon I think are very useful software options for me to present to my students when it comes to creating content. I think that my work definitely has improved throughout this semester because I feel like I've learned more throughout this semester about how to present properly and just how to do technology in general. I have learned how to do animations in my PowerPoints and how to make a website that looks really nice. I think that the thing that I will remember the most from this class would definitely have to be the creation of the website because I was definitely grateful to have the time to make such a good opportunity for my professional career. I think that this is definitely an assignment that will follow me outside of the classroom as I go to job interviews, and I think it will be a very useful tool to show a part of who I am. After taking this class, I feel a lot more confident with my skills in technology, and I feel like I could teach other people, such as my colleagues, on how to use this technology for their students. So in all, I feel very grateful that I had this opportunity.